My name is Eddie C, and welcome to my positive podcast. I'll bring you positive stories of people from all walks of life, because everyone has a story to tell. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to MPP, my positive podcast. I'm your host, Eddie C, and this is episode 21. Today we're going to be touching up on the word genuine, what it means for my guests, what it means for me, and what it could probably mean for you. My first guest will be someone who is a healthcare worker, but is also into fit boxing, and she'll tell more about that. And my other guest is a musician in electronic music and world music, and he also has a very beautiful concept about looking at the positivity of life and being genuine. He's also a dentist. So if you're interested in their stories, tune in and stay positive. My name is Eddie C, and you're listening to my positive podcast. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome my next guest, and he's actually a dentist, which is what I discovered later on. I met him via my guitar player that I worked together with for years in Soulful, and he said, well, a guy I worked for wants to have you play some percussion on his track. And I thought, okay, well, great. We brought us in contact, and our first talk that we had was, I think, for almost an hour and a half, because we just clicked right away. And the music that he's making is wonderful. It has a message. It's very close and down to earth, and he'll tell you more about it later in our interview. So please welcome my friend, Mr. Daniel Lemmens. Hey, Daniel, how are you, buddy?
Hello, Eddie. I'm very good, brother. I'm very positive and happy. There's no problem.
Good.
Even what's going on in the world, I stay positive.
Yes, well, looks like we were just getting rid of Corona, and now we're sitting with all kind of world war. We're sitting with another war coming up and stuff.
We see what's going on.
It's crazy times. Well,
today,
that's exactly, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to share some positivity out there to people.
Yeah, and laughing and be yourself.
Absolutely. So I have a question. My first question, of course, can you tell my listeners a bit more about yourself? I know a lot about you since our first talk, because we really, like I said, we had a great click, and it was a wonderful conversation, and which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, because I want you to share your story out there with my listeners.
Well, I'm a dentist, like you said, but I have a lot of passion of music making, music listening. I want to tell a little story how it began. Mm-hmm. Long time ago, when I was little, I had a course. In the school in Belgium, we do a school. Mm-hmm. Normal school, and then you have also the music school. That's apart.
Okay.
And I did 1 year music school, but I was not so good in my school that I have to study a lot, and I taking a lot of time for the normal school. There's the music was going in the back side. I did it just 1 year. Mm-hmm. Scoring, reading notes and singing, but I was not so good because I couldn't study on it. After a year, I have to give it up. And I was little depressed in that way, that I love so much music and I couldn't go further anymore. Oh, wow. But later on, my father was himself, he studied a lot of music.
Okay.
He was not professional. He did work in the buildings, making buildings and making streets. He did
in construction.
In construction, he was more busy, but he was passionate also by music, and that passion I got because every week he took 20 LPs, old form LPs in that time. It was in the 70s that I really discovered the music. Very good. And every week it did 20 LPs, and they went from old music, very old music, till modern, till Cage. It was from old till Cage. And all what we're doing, jazz, rock, classic, opera, everything.
Right.
So I got a good microbe of the good virus for music. And when I was 16, I had an accident. When I was 16, a very serious accident in my back. And then I was discovering electronic music because I couldn't get out my bed and I was hearing a lot of radio. And suddenly came music like Vangelis, Klaus Schulze, Tangerine Dream, that stuff, Cantor stuff, Jean-Michel Jarre. And I was so impressed from what the guys did that I was going to search for studying electronic music. And from my 17, 18 years old, then I discovered a guy, Joris de Laat. That's my mentor from electronic music. Okay. And he had a group, SEM, Studio for Electronic Music.
Right.
And also acoustic music, but very in the avant-garde way.
All right.
Just I was taking some courses, and he's still a good friend for me. We have a lot of talks also about music. And then after I was making myself my music. Very simple, with one keyboard, not with the stuff that I had. That was in the studio from him. but I was busy with a lot of analog stuff and then also digital stuff afterwards. And I did some concerts, I think 4 or 5 concerts I did. The last concert was really a concert from 2 hours. It was a full program.
Okay.
And then I married. And then, like a lot of people, then you concentrate on your family.
Right.
And 20 years, I didn't do anything with my music anymore. Well, listening, going to concerts. I had a keyboard, but I had no time for playing and making. And that came later when I met my second wife.
Okay.
She's also a musician. She's a Japanese musician who's playing in the Antwerp Symphonic Orchestra as violinist. And that was the trigger back for doing the stuff that I'm now busy with.
Oh, wow. So actually your father was actually your trigger in the beginning to get you going musically?
That was my most important trigger.
Okay. Yes. And then of course later on when you had your second marriage, your wife, who's a classical musician, violin player,
violin player, yes.
Yeah. And she got you. She kind of gave you the extra stimulus to get back into it again.
Yes, she said, Daniel, do it. You do it. Just take your time for your music.
Wow.
And I did it.
Oh, fantastic. Do you all play together sometimes?
Sometimes, yes. The meaning is to play with some musicians like you and Frank, and I have also an opera singer who is interested for playing, violin player also.
All right.
My wife, not yet, but I made already a piece for her, and we're going to do it in the future to record fantastic. It. And then, of course, she can play live, of course. Meaning is, in fact, to play a lot with other musicians for talking via music and giving so positive vibes to the people.
Music is still a universal language as far as I'm concerned.
That's so. Really, really basic is really connection between several people, of course.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's true.
So now you're busy with a project. You have a group which is called, if I say that correctly, Bleu Rose.
Bleu Roche.
Yeah. Okay.
I can explain maybe. There's Bleu is in Haitians blue, and Roche is ROS, but with O is an accent, and that is meaning rose in English. Okay. It is an old Scottish word, Roche.
All right. Okay.
Gaelic from very long time ago. And this combination I found it. And this combination I found very beautiful, expressing what we try to do. Plevos, the colors are also blue and rose. Blue and pink. Sorry, excuse me.
Sorry, yeah.
Blue and pink.
Yeah.
Rose is in Dutch, but pink is in English. But with us in our Dutch language is pink rose, and means also a rose.
Yeah,
a
like a
flower
rose. You like the flower of the rose, right?
And that's the two basic colors that we have. Why? Blue is healing, and pink is with love. This we try to heal the world with love.
Okay.
That's the base. That's the basic.
Beautiful concept, man. Yeah. Beautiful concept.
That's the reason that I work with a lot of people. They have all their own story, and they want to express their own healing to the world. Just we play music together with everyone who tells a story via music.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know the project that I played on of yours, I did quite a lot of tracks on there for you.
More than 20.
Yes. It was
fantastic, man.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun to do. It was a lot of fun to do. And it was actually one of the longest pieces I've ever played on as far as an individual number, because it's about 20 minutes long.
And you made it even longer.
And I actually at the end made it longer.
It was so beautiful, the ending. It's so really.
It's sort of a world music, bringing different elements from different cultures together, which is what I like doing as well. And especially when you're making world music, it's painting. It's like painting a picture, but then you're painting the picture with the instruments and with the colors, the sounds that they give. It was a very nice project to play on, and I'm looking forward to the coming pieces that you're composing. And
that's the meaning. Yeah,
great.
That's the meaning. Yeah, be sure. No, that was so beautiful to hear that you. When I heard your tracks, was so coloring in everything.
Oh, thank you.
And that's the meaning. It's like a painting. Eh? It's we making paintings, we're making art, and that's so beautiful. And that touch also your soul.
Yeah, and I think that's always important with music. It has to touch you in one way or the other. It should stimulate you, hopefully in a positive way. You know, for some people, it brings back old memories or bad memories. But in one way or the other, it should touch a person. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a piece from 20 or 4 to 20 minutes, but I have no impression anymore that it's 20 minutes.
No, and that was the nice thing about playing on it. I had no idea. I mean, 20 minutes was gone before I knew it, and I think I did about 34 tracks or something like that. But it was an enjoyable day. I mean, I set the day out for performing. Of course, recording like that, there were certain places I came in and out. So it wasn't like I had to listen to the track from beginning to end for 20 minutes each time. So if we're being honest to the listeners, but it was still a very intense piece of music with a lot of different, let's say, spectrums in it, which were lovely to play on, lovely to express and do the different percussion instruments and the vocal sounds and stuff that I did on there. I really enjoyed it. And I'm looking forward to hearing the final mix.
Yeah, it will be this week or next week. I'm gonna hear Benny's time, Liquido. But it's also when I'm making music, or when I get the music, I don't know from anything what I'm gonna have. It begins, the vibe begins, and it's like a puzzle that I make, and really, I don't know how it's going to end.
When you're composing your music, are you writing your notes down as you hear it coming out, or you just get behind your keyboards?
I'm playing, and it comes. I hear the sound. I hear the sound, the kind of sound structure already. So I know where to search, and then I begin to play. And that's not perfect, of course.
So composing on the spot.
On the spot. And then I begin to write via computer the notes, and I will then writing also the other lines.
Okay, wow.
It goes combination. Sometimes I play, sometimes I write it, and sometimes I play. That's what they say what to do, of how I have to do.
Whatever the universe feeds out to you, I guess you can say.
The universe dictated to me, and that's so beautiful. And that's why also that a lot of different styles is.
Mm-hmm.
That's also why I work with different kind of musicians. Can be popular, can be opera, can be whatever.
Wow. How do you combine that with your practice? You have your own practice at your house. Listeners don't see that, but if I see your surroundings, it looks like a complete laboratory with these are all synthesizers and I think a lot of vintage equipment you have there as well.
Vintage, modern. I've mixed from several instruments. I bought also, after when I began with my second wife, I bought a lot of second hands synths. Not so expensive. Now they are more worth because the prices are lifting up because like a Moog, like a D50, for example, for Yamaha, for the Roland. It's normal that the prices goes up, but I was a very lucky case that I have a good connection with someone, and he said, "Oh, in that studio is standing that machine."
We are able to collect your instruments that way, yeah.
Yeah, it is about the sounds that I like very much. That I also had from early time, and so it is now a lab that I create a sound, and I digitalize it, and I can play it with via the computer or via the other keyboards.
Wow, that's fantastic, man. That's wonderful. Well, listen, I want to get to my last question, which is our theme for this particular episode, and it's about being genuine. So I'm sure you have a lot that you can tell listeners about what it means not only to you, but for you.
Well, genuine is very important for yourself, I find. We are human. We do sometimes things that is not so okay. And sometimes things, of course, that's okay. And we have to really be conscious at a certain moment to search our genuine, in fact. You understand? It's very, very important. What's now happened in the world is about that some people think too much about themselves and not be conscious what real life means, that you have to be respectful of someone else and certain things. It is that what players also try to give, and I have to learn also a lot. And I know I'm working for my genius, but it's not so easy all the time.
I remember when we had our little talk the first time, you told me something about combining with your work, you also with your practice, that you also go actually in a different way than the traditional dentist are sometimes working.
It's true, yeah. It is not only with music or not only with personal things, but it's also in your work that you try to search to that genuine fact. It's very important for me. When people come with their problem, they have also their problems with their sometimes the anxious or the fear that they have is combined with their personal problems. And comes from very in the past.
Right.
And I try to search a way for going through, for setting them not in a very big step to the practice, but in a very slowly step, that they, by being just human, by being just talking like I do now with you, but I all the time do in a certain way.
Right.
And I know then that there is a lot of fear. So I try to do my best for giving, for example, the injection with a lot of less pain. We can put first the product on and then very slowly. That's most important. There are little things that people can have taking the step much easier to such things. And I know a lot of colleagues who they have no time.
Right.
It is a little invest of time, but not so. But it's 5 minutes in an hour, for example.
I'm always afraid to go to the dentist. And I know how whichever dentist I have, it takes me at least 3 or 4 times before I kind of feel comfortable with them.
Yeah.
And when they get to know me, because
That's
the slightest pain, I'm jumping in the stool and breakdancing, So I'm like a Muppet man, I tell you. So
it is very important in this case also to be genuine in what you're doing, and that you're honest to some people. From okay, when they ask me, can it be possible that is painful? Mm-hmm. I can say, okay, it can be, but we try to do so much as we can. And when there is some problem, you say to me like this.
Yeah.
Then we try to make a solution for having lesser pain. Sometimes there are some things that when it is infected and we have to touch it, that can be painful. But it's the way how you go, the approach, everything. Approach it in a genuine way.
In a genuine way, yeah.
Yeah, then it's a better result, I think. I know it is not all the time very easy. You have also a lot of influence and negativity and around, and you have to block it off. But we have to try to do our best, in fact. Mm-hmm. And that's pity what's now happened, that they do just like this to a war. In this time that we are so more, we had a lot of history. We saw a lot from the past that we're not so smart for saying, come. Is that?
Well, I find the way you make your music, and if I hear you speak about your work, that's very genuine, the way that you're doing that.
I try to do my best.
I think you're also, as you say, you have that combination of making music. A lot of people don't realize, especially when you're recording in the studio or you're composing, it takes a certain amount of, I would say, genuine calmness to be able to let it develop. It's not like you just sit behind a keyboard or sit behind an instrument and go, okay, here's a song. Of course, there are certain songs, that come out right away. And within a couple of hours, some people have written songs. But I think in general, when a person is working on a song and you get this sort of like lightning feeling from wherever the idea or the inspiration is coming from, especially with instrumental music, there has to be a certain patience and calm. And depending on the person, I think that's what will make that music at that particular moment genuine. Huh?
That's true. It takes also time to make music. And you have to dare to set the piece a little aside. Because when you work all the time on the piece, then you have different moods, different feelings. It is so important when you touch that piece that you're busy with, for saying, okay, I feel him in a good condition, I'll go for it. And then comes all of this surplus on. I love to make music in that way, what I also did with you, to make the basic. I say, I need a guitar player, I need a bass player, I need a percussionist. Well, please, here's my music, tell your story. I'm not giving you chords. When I talked with you also, I had so much trust because I felt it also. The first talk was so fantastic.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
Very beautiful conversation. And that makes also the piece, because you trust. Even at an opera singer, she said, I never composed. We came in the studio, there was piano, and said, okay, you can compose your line. Daniel, I have that to do. I never did it. And I said to her, Lisa, you can't do that. You have so much baggage. Okay, she went before the keyboard and she made her lines. And she said afterwards, whoa, man. Really like that, huh? Whoa, man. I did it. Because you give the freedom to do it. And when I hear the music from Rayo Azul, where she's singing, I get cold. Wow, man, everything, all the emotions comes up, because I knew what she did inside, and that's so beautiful. I tell also to myself, mostly at early time, a lot of kids, you can't do that. That's impossible that you can do that. Well, everyone can do that. When they get in a good mood, a lot of things, and good things, and beautiful things.
Right.
And genuine things, that's most basic inside. When you're genuine, then you can do it. And that I learned in my life. I'm now over the 60 also. Okay, I'm still learning. And that's so interesting. Yeah, that's true. The Lebenslesse telt it that, in fact, for people, and that is true.
And genuine things on top of that. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your ideas about being genuine. And your music is very genuine, and I'm sure you're a very genuine dentist. And who knows, maybe in the future I may be looking you up for that.
You're welcome.
But I really want to thank you for coming on, man. And you're a beautiful spirit. And a lot of beautiful music you've got to share with these people.
But I'm very thankful for your inviting. Oh, thank you so much.
Keep spreading those good vibes and good spirit, man.
Thank you so much. And I want to wish also you and the listeners, be positive now. It can change when we are positive and we go for the peace and the right way.
Absolutely.
Into the light.
All righty. Thank you so much. Okay, buddy. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
This is My Positive Podcast with Eddie C. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest, she's young, but she still has a lot of dreams and ambitions. And she's working as a healthcare worker with people that have autism. And she's also a very fanatic fit boxer, which she'll tell you more about later on as our interview goes on. Please welcome Miss Amy Thiels. Hi, Amy. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Great. With you?
I'm doing well. I can't complain. In these times. We're going through some crazy times now. We're just getting rid of Corona, and now there seems to be a war.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah. Well, okay, we'll make the best of it.
Yeah, we'll try.
So can you tell my listeners a little bit more about the work that you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So I work as a social worker, healthcare worker with adults with a mental disability and also autism. I provide them with daily activities like walking, cooking, like also creative activities like today it's carnival, so I make them masks, we're singing. So that's like a little bit of my work.
Okay. And you're working with a specific group, or is that a large group, or does it vary?
So like our group we have 13 people, but they have all they have is small rooms, and that's their own rooms. So they do their activities in their room, because with autism it's very important to do it on your own. So like one-on-one, like so like me and the adults one-on-one.
Okay, so but you have a certain group and you go to each of them individually to work with them in their rooms.
Yeah, like that.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh wow.
It's very bizarre.
What is an average, say, work day for you?
Sure. So I work at 9. I'm coming, and the people are they can choose at what time they come. So like it's also they have their own program. So like one particular adults they come at 9:30. They do their tasks. So like do the dishes, do the PMD like. Then at 10:30 they walk. So there is 2 or 3 they walk with us or with another group. And then at 12:30 they eat also in the group. So they eat also in their room apart.
All right.
Yes.
So you're actually taking them on you take them on a walk to give them a little bit of exercise to keep them kind of active.
Yeah, and it's also like psychological for their health, but also for their physical health and mental health. Because when they walk, they don't have to think about what is coming, and that's for them very important.
There must be quite a demanding job to do that.
It's not a job for me. It's more like I do it with my heart. So
well, that's wonderful. That everybody should do their job with their heart when they especially if they like what they're doing. And I know there's some people do a job and they don't put their heart into it and are just only looking at the financial thing. And in certain situations I can imagine it's difficult not to always do the thing that you like. but it's wonderful when you can do that, because then you're always going to put a lot more energy into that work. And not only do you get a pleasure out of doing it, you're also helping other people as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. With us, it's also important to do it with your heart. Otherwise, you can't. You
Absolutely.
can't.
That's true. So tell me, at the end of the day, you have these, are there like certain work hours? Are they shorter work hours or a full day?
Yeah, so we have the daycare. So like I work at a daycare. Daycare, it's like daily activities care.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people like mine. We work at 9 until 7 early, 6 or 5 or 4:30. That's like the work days. But we have also there are people that live there also. So we have small. Like homes especially for the people. So there are also guests that live there but also go home, like the parents, like a daycare. Parents take the children with them to
Okay. All
yes.
right.
Yeah.
So you have a certain amount that are living there, but a lot of them are picked up at the end of the day to go home with their parents.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you all have, like, for example, do you work like shifts? Let's say, for example, you have to do a night shift or day shift or. Okay.
At the daily activities centrum, there is no night, day, or late night shift or weekend shift. No, at homes they are, but we don't work at the homes. That's other people. Yeah. Separate.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow. Yeah. And how did you get involved in this? Was this something that you always wanted to do?
Yeah, so no, really not. I was like, when I was young, not with persons with a disability. I got kind of, a little strange feeling about them. I didn't know them. Yeah, like, so I'm an outsider. Who are they? But no, I worked, I studied 1.5 years to be a teacher.
Right.
But that wasn't for me because it was too much. And then one teacher told me, maybe you have to do orthopedagogy. That's the study that I studied and that was in Ghent. And there I studied for 3 years. And you have to do like stage. I don't know what it is.
You have to do an understudy.
Yeah, like you have to do like 2 or 3 weeks, and also 1 month. You have to choose a workspace where you can do the activities that the people do.
Okay, so, right.
And then they asked me to work for them because I did it great.
All right. And then, so you started getting interested in it because it kind of like just sort of fit your personality. And I mean, we've spoken with each other before at parties, at some of the family parties, because your godmother is happens to be my girlfriend. And so
that's true.
Right. So we spoke quite a few times at the at the party about, a little bit about the work. And that's why I was very curious to have you on the show. And it's always nice to have people of different ages, young and old, different variations on this particular program. So, and also that you can share your story and give your positive views on our theme, for example, which is going to be today, is about genuine. This episode is about, being genuine. Which leads me up to a question before that. You said that you're very fanatic about fitball, and I was fit boxing. That's what
fit boxing. That's the right.
And I was right. Yeah, as I'm going fit boxing, kickboxing. It almost sounds the same, basically. So, can you tell us a bit about that?
So it's on Tuesday night. I do it with my sisters and my niece. I do it now 1.5 years. And yeah, it's like fit boxing, there's like boxing, like the English box, but also like fitness. So you have, it's like 1 hour. So the 30 minutes you do the fitness to warm up, the squats and the regular fitness, and a little bit running. And then you do the other 30 minutes, you do the boxing, like really English boxing with the real names, like the techniques.
Okay.
Like,
but is that in a sort of a rhythmic way or something to music?
Yeah, we got music, but it's not like the rhythm may do it on the rhythm of the music, the boxing. No, it's just for amusement.
Okay, because I do remember some years ago, which was very popular. At a certain point, you had this, what they call it, Taibo. And that was where I think something with Billy Banks was his name, the guy who kind of like made it very popular. And he had the videotapes at the time, and they were making steps and making punches. Yeah. So it's quite interesting. If you get a chance, you should look on. Look it up. You can look it up on YouTube. Yeah. You'll be surprised. It's called Taibo.
Thai box. Okay.
Yeah. Taibo.
Okay.
Yeah. So but check that out. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Nice.
So you how did you become interested in that all of a sudden?
Like my sister did, I want to do a sport, and I was like, oh yeah, me too, because I was a little bit lazy. And she said, oh, do you want to do fit boxing? And I said, what is that? I don't know. She said, I don't know. Okay, let's try it. And like my niece did also, oh yeah, it's very interesting, I will do it also. And then we did it.
Okay. Well, yeah, it always amazes me. I mean, it's the younger generation of females are really getting, you all are slowly all turning into super women. I mean, it's like it's quite amazing to see that. You see that in the TV series as well. There used to be, now it's like, I mean, you see some of these women on TV, you go, oh, I don't want to make her mad, man. I'm liable to get knocked out.
Yeah, that's true. There are women that really are strong.
Yeah, they're becoming the superheroes and everything nowadays, which is actually kind of good. I mean, there's a little, you bring a little bit of balance into between people. I think there's the both species, male and female, they need to come together a little bit more to balance things out. And so let's hope. They hopefully we'll get even more female world leaders, and that we can kind of like stop a lot of the differences in the world.
That's true.
With the emotional strain that comes on, and
I think it also. It's very important.
We can definitely use that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm getting around to my last question, which is about being genuine. And I'd like to know, what does genuine mean, not only to you, but also for you?
For me, genuine means like give something. And when you give something genuine, you can't expect something in return. Otherwise, you will be, you really do it for your own interest, for your own sake. And that's what for me genuine means. Like, it's very important, like a job like mine, you can't do it without genuine meanings, because genuine is very important, I guess. I think so.
Yeah, you need to have some genuine feelings about what you're doing.
Yes.
Well, I think that basically, I think that's with almost everything one does, especially when it comes to whether it's a hobby, like what you're doing with your fit boxing, or even with your work as you're working with and the job that you're doing. I think it's very important to have that patience, and you have to be very genuine in your approach.
Like that, yeah.
That's wonderful. So what would you tell, because you're from that younger generation, what would be your advice to, let's say, some of your the younger people out there today that are coming up in these difficult times we've gone through and might still be going through in the future, about being genuine?
Well, think when you do something, think about it. Why is it for? Is it for me? Is it for something else? Is it am I doing this? Because when you do it with so much not interesting things, when you do it not for yourself, not for whatever owning, then you are not really genuine. And I think it's very important, because like when you wear a mask and you are not yourself, like there will be time that they know you are not genuine. So that's, I think that's very important. Think about why am I doing this? So that's my advice.
That would be your advice. Well, I'd like to thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your ideas about being genuine and telling us a bit about your work and your hobby, your big passionate hobby of with the whole tie, but with the what you call it, the fit boxing. There's yes. So many different variations going on nowadays. I had a wonderful conversation with you, and I'll probably see you at the next family party that you want to have.
I hope so. If we can bring something.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic. Well, good luck further with your work, and of course with the fit boxing, and we'll definitely talk to each other again soon.
Okay, thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This is My Positive Podcast with Eddie C. Well, I hope you enjoyed my interviews with my guest. Now, touching up on the word genuine, listen to that sound of the word. It has a very special, original thing about it in itself. Just like people. We have a lot of things in common as people. We do a lot of things together, but each individual is genuine in their own way. And together, our whole society, with all our differences, with all our multicultural things, with all our ideas, at the end of the day, when we all come together, it makes our world a genuine place to live. And on those words, here's my quote. Genuine. To dare and try something new and original. Creating concepts that will benefit others. Looking beyond the horizons and expanding to other dimensions. Discovering your personal devotion and achievements. That feeling of satisfaction, peace, and pleasure in whatever you do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. But before I go, I'd like to give an extra thanks to my guests, Miss Amy Thiels and Mr. Daniel Lemmens, for coming on and sharing their stories and telling us what genuine means for them. And remember, find the genuine in you, and then you'll know it's just what you need to do. Until next time. You can find me on all platforms like Spotify, Android, and Apple. On Facebook, look for My Positive Podcast, and my website is mypositivepodcast.com. You can also contact me via my website or Facebook. A very special thanks to my technical producer, Iswan. This show is a production by Antwerp Podcast Service. My name is Eddie C., and this was MPP, My Positive Podcast. Tune in next week and stay positive.